What was the purpose of the Black Day campaign? Can you describe front of our audience, please?
Of course I can. I mean, our group is, as you know, Let Kashmir Decide. And then one of the things we did was supported this global movement that was occurring, Red for Kashmir. The idea, the concept behind it was to bring social media alight with people turning their profiles red, uploading red images, just as the color that was most vibrant would most draw attention. And, you know, signifying red for love, red for the blood, just the whole bright colors and courage and determination. And it's a global effort to try and get the people, you know, international people to stand up so we can put the pressure on our governments that we're seeing, you know, where it's so clearly lacking at the moment. So it was a real success, you know, it reached lots of people. As always, the process is just as important as the end result. And we've made some amazing connections around the world with people that have been doing work for Kashmir or pointing out Modi or human rights. So, you know, it's grown stronger. What we wanted to do was keep the momentum up. And we saw the Independence Day as an opportunity to raise that. But we felt that going red at this time wasn't the right color to use. I mean, although, you know, the color is just the concept, you know, it's a symbol of something, you know, we need to have some kind of branding to gather around. So we went black for Kashmir, again, encouraging people to turn their profiles black. And it's the hope, you know, it reaches people's friends lists. And already, you know, 3 or 4 of my friends, why is your profile black? Gives me the opportunity to have that dialogue. Other people are then changing their profiles black, which, you know, it springs it outwards. So, and again, uploading the post, whether it's black images of support or whether it's news, the protests, for example, uploading those. And it's just forming that unity. And under the hashtag Black for Kashmir, but also supporting other tags, it encompasses it all together. So you just need to go onto Facebook and look that up, or onto Twitter, and all the evidence of people, the global response to it around the world is there. And it's one of those things that you want to encourage, you want to motivate, you want to inspire, and you want to see others standing up, because then that really builds it up. I love the way you showed at the front at the beginning, the Birmingham demonstration, because you see the people shouting, you see the flags going, and you get filled with that energy from it. I know, you know, Philip Benyon was there today and speaking, and I'm sure he'd say the same when there are people around you. And he mentioned the knowledge that they had, you know, so that strength is growing. And when we've got seeing people fighting for what we're fighting for, I think just builds that unity. So with Kashmir, obviously, we feel the solution is self-determination. You know, it comes above the politics, it comes above the religions, it comes to a humanitarian basis, and we can all fight for self-determination, one on the human rights issue, one in the resolutions under United Nations. Great Britain owes that duty to this country. And also, you know, as an indigenous people have rights. Self-determination is a basic right. So we have all that strength. And the kind of hope is that all the Kashmiris, regardless of their ideologies, however they would like to see, you know, the future of Kashmir, is that they all unite and, you know, put this pressure on our governments to let us decide. And then obviously, you know, the acts of Modi and what's happening in Kashmir and the brutalities and the genocide, then that gives it, you know, that's the viability, you know, the highlights, it justifies why we're doing it. And to reach for the support, as somebody said, you know, we've got the Palestinians with their issues as well. We've got Syria, we've got the Rohingyas. You mentioned Cambodia and places earlier. There's so many of us that are suffering because of these dictatorships that are in government. I mean, you know, our own government, I saw today, you know, where they're saying we owe a duty of care to the people of Afghanistan. You know, well, what's happened to the people of Kashmir? It's not in our media. We're not seeing the Kashmir issue in our media. So anything we can do to raise that. And as Philip pointed out, it's all about the economic trade deals. You know, it's about how our world is working. And unfortunately, we are seeing a big leaning to the right just now, to the controlling governments. And you know, as you say, it keeps them in power because they're removing all the voices. You know, India, for example, the journalists are being issued with furs. I've had, like, my Twitter account's been banned. I've lost my Facebook page about 3 times. My YouTube channel, I received a letter from YouTube. The Indian government have actually told them they want my YouTube channel banned. I've got 223 followers. So India, I mean, I think, you know, it's mentioned earlier about this very poor, weak leadership because they're scared, they're worried. If you had no worries about the way you were leading your country or concerns, why would you need to try and stop people talking? So it doesn't add up. So, I mean, for me as a campaigner and human rights activist, I just want as many people to talk about it as possible on the basis of human rights.